I want you to stop for a second and think about this. I want you to be real with yourself right now. Right now, today, in this moment, how are you thinking? What are you feeding your mind? Are you feeding it life? Are you feeding it greatness? Or are you feeding it excuses, doubts, fears, and the noise that tells you you can't? Because I need you to understand something before we even go further, before we even talk about your goals for 2026, before we even talk about the future, before we even talk about dreams and visions. I need you to understand the power of your thoughts. I need you to understand that every single thing you're going to experience in your life starts with what you allow in your mind, your thoughts. The things you say to yourself when nobody is watching, the things you believe when no one is around to challenge you, they are the architects of your reality. If you want to change 2026, if you want to dominate, if you want to elevate, if you want to rise to a level you've never been before, it starts with your thinking. It starts with what you allow yourself to hear, what you allow yourself to believe, what you allow yourself to repeat in your mind over and over again. And let me be clear with you, what you think about, what you dwell on, what you meditate on, what you replay in your mental movie theater, that's what's going to manifest. That's what's going to come out in your life. Your thoughts are not just random. They are the seeds of your destiny. And right now you have the choice to either plant weeds or plant greatness. But here's the catch. You are living in an echo chamber. You might not even realize it. You might not even know it, but every day you are surrounded by voices, by influences, by messages, by patterns that reinforce exactly what you believe, exactly what you expect, exactly what you tolerate, exactly what you settle for. If you expect mediocrity, guess what? Your echo chamber will scream at you every day, stay small, stay safe, stay comfortable. If you expect greatness, if you set your mind to rise, if you decide that 2026 will be a year unlike any other, then the echo chamber is still going to be there, but you will begin to fight it. You will begin to dominate it. You will begin to shape it. And that's why this conversation, this moment, this speech, this message is so critical, because I don't just want you to think about your future. I want you to think about how your thoughts are shaping it even right now. You are living in the residue of your own mind. Every worry, every fear, every limiting belief is an echo bouncing back at you. And every ambition, every dream, every vision that you have is also echoing. The question is, which echo are you listening to? Are you listening to the one that tells you you're not enough, you'll never make it, you don't have what it takes, you're not qualified, you're too late, you're too young, you're too old, you're too this, you're too that? Or are you listening to the one that tells you, I am capable, I am enough, I will rise, I will overcome, I will get there, I will be great? You see, most people don't realize that their minds are a battlefield. And the battlefield is in the form of an echo chamber. And every day you are either reinforcing the walls of that chamber that keep you trapped, or you are breaking them down brick by brick, thought by thought, belief by belief. I need you to understand something about 2026. It is not just another year. It is not just a number. It is not just a date on the calendar. It is a battlefield. It is an opportunity. It is a platform. It is your chance to redefine your life. But it all starts with your mind. And this is the moment I want you to sit with, because your mind is a reflection of what you consume, what you watch, what you listen to, who you talk to, who you follow, what content you scroll through, what conversations you have. All of it is building your echo chamber. And if you're not careful, if you're not intentional, if you're not conscious, you will end up in a cycle that is invisible, silent, but deadly to your growth. You see, I don't care how hungry you are. I don't care how driven you are. I don't care how much you want something. If your mind is living in an echo chamber of negativity, of excuses, of self-doubt, of fear, of mediocrity, of comparison, you will never, I repeat, you will never get to the level that you're capable of reaching. But here's the truth that most people don't realize. The echo chamber is not your enemy. It's your mirror. It's reflecting back to you exactly what you are feeding it. The people around you, the media you consume, the thoughts you replay in your head, the self-talk you allow, all of it is the architecture of your echo chamber. And if you want to dominate 2026, you have to become the architect. You have to take the bricks in your hands and start rebuilding it. You have to start feeding your mind with greatness. You have to start surrounding yourself with voices that push you, that challenge you, that elevate you, that scream at you. You're capable of more. You have to start building an echo chamber that echoes the language of success, the language of possibility, the language of persistence, the language of faith, the language of resilience. And when you do that, when you start shaping your inner world, your outer world will follow. Because here's what Eric Thomas always says: you cannot live above of your thinking. You cannot operate above the level of your mind. Your mind is the command center. Your mind is the engine. Your mind is the CEO of your life. And if your mind is weak, your results will be weak. If your mind is distracted, your results will be distracted. If your mind is focused, your results will be focused. If your mind is hungry, your results will be hungry. And that's why this message is critical, because 2026 is not going to wait for you. The opportunities, the challenges, the doors, the breakthroughs, they will not knock twice. And if your mind is not prepared, if your echo chamber is not aligned, if your thoughts are not disciplined, if your beliefs are not massive, if your expectations are not high, then you will be left behind. And I cannot let you do that. I need you to understand that. Right now, in this moment, you have the power to change everything. You have the power to change your environment. You have the power to change your associations. You have the power to change the messages you allow in, the conversations you engage in, the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the people you follow, the thoughts you entertain when you are alone, the words you say when nobody is watching. All of it shapes your echo chamber. And once you understand that, once you realize the truth, once you grasp the concept that your reality is the mirror of your mind, your life will never be the same again. You will begin to guard your mind. You will begin to protect your thoughts. You will begin to curate your echo chamber intentionally, fiercely, ruthlessly, because you cannot afford to let it be random. You cannot afford to let it be passive. You cannot afford to let it be dictated by fear or laziness or complacency. Your thoughts are the currency of your reality, and you need to invest wisely. You need to be strategic. You need to be intentional. You need to be relentless. And I want you to feel this. I want you to hear this. I want you to let it hit you deep in your soul, because most people are not thinking about their 2026 echo chamber. Most people are just going through the motions. Most people are just reacting to what's thrown at them. Most people are just repeating the same patterns, the same excuses, the same limitations, the same habits, the same circle, and then they wonder why nothing changes. I'm telling you right now, your thoughts are not just habits. They are not just fleeting ideas. They are not just mental noise. They are the blueprint for what's coming. If you keep thinking small, your 2026 will be small. If you keep thinking weak, your 2026 will be weak. If you keep thinking safe, your 2026 will be safe. But if you decide right now that your thoughts will be powerful, that your mind will be disciplined, that your focus will be sharp, that your beliefs will be massive, that your expectations will be unstoppable, that your echo chamber will scream victory, that your echo chamber will challenge limitations, that your echo chamber will demand greatness, then you are already winning. You see, here's the principle that most people ignore. Whatever you feed your mind, it will grow. Whatever you meditate on, it will expand. Whatever you repeat, it will become truth. Whatever you focus on, it will manifest. And that is the law. That is the reality. That is the secret. And if you want to dominate 2026, if you want to rise above, if you want to break every limitation, if you want to do things you've never done before, you have to start with the internal. You have to start with the mental. You have to start with the echo chamber. You have to audit it, analyze it, attack it if necessary, and rebuild it until it becomes a weapon, until it becomes an engine, until it becomes a force that propels you forward, that never stops, that never tires, that never settles, that never compromises. And when that happens, your 2026 reality will be unrecognizable to the old you, because you won't just be different on the outside, you will be different on the inside. Your actions will follow your thoughts, your habits will follow your focus, your results will follow your mind. And that is the power of the echo chamber. That is the power of your mind. That is the power that Eric Thomas always talks about. That is the truth that most people run from. That is the opportunity that most people miss. And now it's in your hands. It's your choice. You can continue to allow your thoughts to run on autopilot. You can continue to let the echoes of limitation, doubt, fear, mediocrity, and the opinions of others shape your 2026. Or you can take control. You can take ownership. You can become the general of your mind, the commander of your thoughts, the architect of your reality. You can decide that your echo chamber will no longer echo failure. It will no longer echo fear. It will no longer echo excuses. It will no longer echo limitation. It will echo courage. It will echo focus. It will echo discipline. It will echo persistence. It will echo excellence. It will echo faith. It will echo abundance. It will echo victory. And when you do that, when you start to live in that chamber intentionally, when you start to think with purpose, when you start to control the conversation in your mind, when you start to feed it greatness, when you start to challenge yourself to think bigger, act bolder, dream higher, move faster, grind harder, sacrifice more, stay consistent longer, when you do all of that, your 2026 reality will begin to shift. Your energy will begin to shift. Your confidence will begin to shift. Your momentum will begin to shift. Your results will begin to shift, because the law is simple. You cannot live above your thinking. You cannot perform above your focus. You cannot succeed beyond your beliefs. And right now, right in this room, in this moment, the decision is yours. Will you continue to allow your echo chamber to reflect fear, doubt, and limitation? Or will you take radical control? Will you take fearless ownership? Will you take relentless action to sculpt the mental environment that will serve your victory, your breakthrough, your domination, your legacy, your 2026 reality? Starts with your thoughts. It starts with your mind. It starts with the echoes you choose to amplify and the ones you choose to silence. And that is the point. That is the moment. That is the opportunity. That is the choice that will define everything that comes next. And I need you to feel it. I need you to hear it. I need you to internalize it. Because once you understand the power of the echo chamber, once you realize that 2026 is a reflection of your thoughts, once you grasp that your mind is the seed and your reality is the fruit, once you accept that your success, your breakthrough, your wealth, your health, your relationships, your legacy, everything you desire is born from the soil of your thinking. Once you understand that, you will never, ever look at your thoughts the same way again. And from that moment forward, your every action, your every decision, your every focus, your every energy, your every interaction, your every choice will be calculated, will be deliberate, will be intentional, will be directed toward creating an echo chamber that screams your greatness, that screams your purpose, that screams your victory, that screams your 2026 reality. Because the truth is, you cannot control the world outside until you control the world inside. You cannot change your circumstances until you change your focus. You cannot dominate 2026 until you dominate your mind. And that is why I am here. That is why I am speaking to you. That is why I am challenging you. That is why I'm pushing you, because the echo chamber that has been running your life silently, invisibly, relentlessly will continue unless you step up, unless you take responsibility, unless you commit to feed it power, feed it greatness, feed it faith, feed it vision, feed it action, feed it unstoppable momentum, feed it energy that cannot be blocked, cannot be delayed, cannot be denied, cannot be defeated, cannot be duplicated, and cannot be debated.